All right. So he starts with double ice block, blizzard, slide off. I think that's actually a really good opening against Fox on this stage. I'm surprised more ices don't use that. I think he only gets this once, like this sort of pressure with the double ice block and the blizzard at the beginning, and basically this just gives him center at the beginning. So I think if he does this opening where he has these, I think the best option is just to probably go to the side platform right here.
Okay.
So they're pretty weak against the side platform, and okay, so they're extremely weak against the outer edge of the side platforms. More so than like obviously you don't want to play on the outside, you want to play on the inside, but if you stand on the outer edge of the platform, they have basically no moves that can actually hurt you at all, because their only possible approach to this position is wave dash in, full hop back air, and if you happen to drop through the platform here, then you get basically like one of their worst possible spots to be caught in.
Super committal for them.
Yeah, so between stocks and stuff like that, you always want to be on the outer edge of the side platform. Or if you ever just feel incredibly threatened for whatever reason. Like, basically, kind of the spot where, like, you're in the corner and you can kind of corner cheese most characters. Like, kind of like right here where you can, like, back throw shine them or something.
Yeah.
That equivalent for Ices is the outer tip of this platform. So you have to be really careful full hopping in on them in situations like this. Like, I think hopping in here isn't necessarily that bad if you, but okay, yeah, so the problem is that the ice blocks prevent you from full hopping far enough to avoid the blizzard. So that's why I just think if he does this opening, like, he can't do this consistently. This is like purely off the opening because he starts off desync is when you have control over both climbers, and disconnect is when you can only control Popo.
Okay.
And so when Nana reconnects to Popo, so like when you gain control of Nana again, then you get to buffer an action. And so at the beginning of the match, they can't instantly, like, if let's say they start here, they can't fast fall together because Nana is not actually connected at the beginning. So he drops, and then he buffers the ice block, and then he goes for this double ice block. So yeah, this isn't like a common situation, because he can't usually end up in a spot where Nana is disconnected right above the ground.
Okay.
So yeah, just avoid that, and then you really have to hit this follow-up, though. Like this one here. If you had, like, hit this follow-up, you basically get, like, a potential stock.
What do I do after that shine?
Running multi shine, like right here. You can just do like run and run, and then just do like plink plink, and then full hop, and then you just like drift back or something. Like, because they can only really cover, like, if they're shielding, they can only cover like this space above them pretty much with the up air. So if you just drink and go plink plink, and even if you just like wave dash back or jump back here or something, they don't have a lot to deal with it, and there's a potential that they could get like poked here. When they are in that position after the full hop, their only option that is even... So they have basically two options that are reasonably good from that position, and it's down air and forward air. And both of those... And so a lot of times... So both of those will lose if you just space around them. But the forward air is a little trickier to space around, and so a lot of times people will try to, like, CC the dare or something and get hit by it, or they try to run in after the first hammer, and then the second hammer hits them right here. And so you can just space around it and hit them, but you have to be aware of, like, after that full hop up air, they have no options beside down air or forward air here. They don't really have... They can't, like, double jump waveland off the platform and be in, like, a good spot. You can just cut them out of the air there. All you have to do is sit at the edge of a platform right here. So,
like, literally just jump on a platform and roll to the edge?
Yeah, just literally get to the platform, roll to the edge. You're right here. There are absolutely no ways for them to hurt you here, like, at all. Like, they literally can't do anything.
Is it like something I want to just do, or is it something I want to, like, move to before they, like, come down from the angel platform?
You want to be there, and
so,
you can entirely. So, like, as soon as you take a stock, if you watch, I feel like a lot of my VODs are like, I'm kind of experimenting with stuff. But the one constant is that I always just roll here between stocks, and you just stand here. So the thing is, remember, they start off disconnected. So it's not like they can like jump over or like they can't waveland together at the beginning.
Okay.
So like
Is
they
this
can't.
the Yoshi's only thing, or
No, this is all the stages. Like if they're on the Angel platform, they can't drop and then waveland together and back here. As far as I know, it might be something slightly that they can do to avoid that. But basically, that's kind of like how it is. So most of the time, they're going to drop to the ground here, and then from this position, they don't have enough time after dropping to the ground and invincibility to actually pressure. They can like dash, jump, wave dash over here and try to like grab you or something. But if you're even like reasonably paying attention, you can just full hop over it and there's like no threat they can do. Okay, so I can't do it on FD. Although on FD, I usually still think the best option in invincibility is to roll to the corner. They have to commit pretty heavily into the corner, and you can, in the worst case, you can always just full hop and like you basically wait them out as long as you can. And then if they wave dash at you, you full hop to the corner and then like ledge dash or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, so I just do this, and it's like if they want to hit this, they have to full hop back here, and it's just not. See, like he goes for it, and then he gets separated like already off of trying to hit me out of the one situation here. If they're shielding and they hold A, Nana will buffer a frame perfect shield grab every time. So there's a couple of things you can. There's another thing you can actually do here, right here. You can full hop shine this before they have a chance to do something else as like a mix up to waiting for them to come down. Because if you jump up here and you shine them onto this platform, it's just chaos basically. And your goal is to create chaos in a way. So basically, Nana has randomness, and also Ice Climbers are just kind of inherently chaotic because there's two of them, and their physics are weird and stuff like that, like the way that they move with each other. So if you can create chaos in a situation where they are not both like near each other on the ground, so if you jump up and shine here, there's just some weird chaos that kind of happens where like one of them might slip off the platform and something like that. So, like, if you can shine them from this situation, it's actually not that bad because it can kind of create a separation.
Yeah, that makes sense. And, like, Nana doesn't like fast fall or, like, SCI shine.
So, so when they become disconnected whenever they're a certain distance away. I have, like, a video about it that you can check out.
Yeah.
But basically, if you hit them, they don't reconnect until they're both together on the ground. So, if you ever like up tilt them or something,
platform count as the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have to be on the same platform though. Mm-hmm. And so if you up tilt, like let's say you up tilt both of them in some situation, until they're both together on the ground again, the only character that they can control is Popo. So the reason I like up throw is because the only way they can get out of the up throw is by double jumping. So it's like you throw them up and you go for the up air and then they double jump out of it and then you get like a really, really easy shark. But I think in this case where back throw sends off stage, it's totally acceptable. Alright, let me try to get into sort of like my general game plan on this matchup. Is basically there are two styles in this matchup that you can play. And you have to adjust how much you're playing each one based on how the Ice Climbers is playing. There's the full hop over shine style, and there's the up tilt style. And those are basically like the only two styles you have. So I call it the up tilt style, but it's more like you just get them into the air by any means necessary because you can just combo Popo at that point. Because like I said, if you like let's say you up smash them from this spot, they do not have control of Nana like until everybody's back on the ground. So you could just up smash them and then not at zero, but in most situations you could up smash them and then just go for Popo. And like you can just combo Popo a bunch and then get him out of the way and then gimp Nana while Popo is at 80 and way above the stage or something. And there's that versus getting the early shines to separate them and then shining Nana. And those are basically like the two methods for like defeating them. And you have to adjust those based on like basically as a mix-up, like depending on what the person is expecting. I think that was okay because he didn't have Nana with him. Okay, that was good. Oh, you should have taken that.
What do I do there? Short hop
hop shine, yeah. Basically always short hop shine. Like in this spot, almost never run off shine. It just doesn't work out well. I don't know why, but there's just a bunch of types of situations where the run off shine will just somehow miss, or you're in kind of a bad spot.
Like jump over it or
The short
something.
hop shine is the short. Yeah, exactly. The short hop shine is just the correct answer here every time. Like short hop shine, and then you either get to shine stall and then just wait and then like double jump up, beat a ledge, or you can do shine stall, double jump up here, or you can do shine stall, jump out, up B, or whatever you want, you know. Yeah. And Nana would be dead there. So yeah, here's a situation where I was talking about with the up throw, where yeah, he gets the double jump out of the up throw, but now he's in like a horrible spot. And remember, he can't control Nana here, like at all. So yeah, she'll go for this. Nana will go for moves occasionally whenever you're in range of a move. She will never like try to get you with a move that you're not in range of. But you have to be careful of standing in range of her moves, because that will trigger her to sometimes attack. But you should just shine here and then keep going after Popo. Or grab her and back throw her or something like that. I need to kind of forward, I think, that this matchup seems really simple because they only have a few options of like the up air and then falling down air and falling fair and stuff like that. But in my opinion, this matchup is actually really, really complicated because of this the grounded type of complications that happen. And also, I think it's not great for Fox. Like, I think this is one of Fox's harder matchups, which a lot of people would think is kind of crazy. It's not free, and I think that Fox players a lot of times will try to treat it like, oh, it's free, it's just an Ice Climbers, and that doesn't work. Like, this character has legit mix-ups that will actually beat most of your moves, and so a lot of times you have to play, like, you have to play with, like, awareness of the fact that the character is actually pretty dangerous, you know, and not, like, it's like, would you randomly do that full hop drill you did on the other side earlier against, you know, like a Marth or something? It's like, no. So you have to be careful not to, like, disrespect them, and basically, there are certain situations where you win really cleanly, and you want to look for those while trying to create chaos in a beneficial way. Because the thing I was describing earlier is like they're inherently chaotic, but as you've probably noticed, there are situations that you create chaos, but it actually works out in their favor. And you want it's complicated and it's difficult to describe exactly what situations that you want in terms of where the chaos can be in your favor, but you do want to create chaos in a way that benefits you, and it's sort of because, like, if you're playing Ice Climbers, the most frustrating thing is when either Fox just kind of plucks Nana away and kills her instantly, or he gets you alone as Popo and Nana stands there uselessly and watches you get destroyed, or the Fox is going off on Nana and every time you try to save her, he hits you and maybe combos you. Those are, like, the three situations you want to create. That's the thing, is there's a lot of things I can say in this matchup that are sort of guidelines that I figured out. But because it's so complicated, there's not a lot of, like, cut and dry situations.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think, yeah, okay, so that was good. Oh, you had to go for that immediately. Like, you can just literally go for that. Like, just ignore Popo there. This is another manifestation of that thing I was talking about right here. You don't want to go here. You want to go here. Because this is the spot. Like, what does he have that hits here? He can do short hop up air and, like, go off stage, you know? Like, dash short hop up air and go off stage. He doesn't really have anything that can really deal with this spot. Whereas if you go here, this is like a free up air. And he gets to set up for this. Yeah, whereas if you're here, he can, like, jump up air maybe. It doesn't set up for anything. But this sets him up really well. You do have to camp solo, yes. And people don't believe me on this, but you do, because if you approach him, he either gets a wave dash back read on you, or he wave dash backs to ledge and then ledge dashes. And if he does that, then you have to jump away. Then you come back, you pretend to attack him. He goes to ledge, does ledge dash again. You know, it's like you can make it more difficult by forcing him to ledge dash. And I think that's probably the best thing to do. But you honestly can't really attack Popo all that much. But you can full hop, and then if they do like a big whiff here, like let's say you full hop and they down smash here, I almost always go for falling up air. just to get them in the air. Because then he doesn't have access to his stupid wave dash stuff. Like, as soon as Popo's in the air, the matchup is 99-1 Fox, you know? But when he's on the ground, it's really difficult to, like, legit punish him. You can kind of go for, like, basically what I think is you should kind of play defensive enough against Popo to get to a point where you kind of know his movement patterns, and then maybe look for, like, ways in. But, like, in a spot like this, where you're, like, right here, I would not hang out on the ground here and be like, I'm a better character, I'll fight you, because he just has this unreactable, like, boing down smash, and it's like, oh, I won, I'm good. It's like, no, you boing down smash. So I just try to avoid that as much as possible, and usually the full hop is pretty good to do that. He can still do, like, wave dash, full hop up air to beat it, but then if you do, like, full hop, and then if you do, like, full hop fast fall, and then he does that, now he's in the air, you know? So your goal is kind of to get him to jump, and you kind of just want to make yourself, like, not hittable. But it's not free. That's the thing. That's the thing to keep in mind. You have to pretend that you're playing against, like, Luigi or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Where, like, you have to respect the fact that he can wave dash and kill you. Because, like, look at this. It's like, can you react to the idea that Popo is, like, okay, which side is Popo going to be on, you know? If he's on this side and you guess this way, you're dead. And if you guess this side and he's on this side, you're dead. And there's no way to react to how far he's going to go. And then he hits this, and then you're literally dead at 60-something. The best thing to do off this up throw is there's a DI you can do that's, like, mostly back, like right here, but not all the way back. And you can actually tap jump out before his dash attack.
Yeah.
When they wave dash, so some of their most vulnerable points are when they dash attack and when they wave dash. Because as you can see during their wave dash, if you shine right here, they actually get separated.
Mm-hmm.
And this is true during their dash attack too. So watch, he'll do this dash attack. I just want to show you. So look how separated they are. If you can... You're not always going to get this, but a lot of times if you kind of see the dash attack, you can get a shine right here and it'll split. And it's the same with the wave dash. If they have a predictable wave dash, then you can just split them with the shine. Thing to quickly mention is that a lot of people this is like a really big problem, is when people go to the platform, they feel compelled to, like, switch platforms, that, like, somehow you're doing some kind of, like, a mix-up by switching platforms, but it's actually better for them. The scariest thing for them is if you just literally sit here. But there's the split on the dash attack. You can be like ready for this. And Army's kind of bad at a lot of stuff, so it's not like you can actually just play neutral like that, unless the Ice Climber is, like, already committed to kind of playing in a way that you can... Like, that's the thing is, you want to be able to play like that, but if the Ice Climber doesn't let you... Like, the only way for the Ice Climber not to let you to play like that is by throwing out aerials and stuff to beat it. And then once they start doing that, they open it up so you can start getting the up smashes and the up tilts and the falling up airs and stuff like that. The thing is, basically, they have moves that can beat all of your moves. So, like, if you commit to anything specific, they have a move that could beat your move if they happen to do it. And so you're never going to be able to move in situations where you, like, completely win by going first. You kind of want them to go first. And you can kind of sit in spots where it's kind of awkward for them. And if they make one wrong move, they get shined. Okay, and then he has this. This is just guaranteed. What I do is I always hold out here. Just always. Because sometimes they'll do that thing where they do down throw forward smash.
Yeah.
And holding out gets out of the down throw forward smash. And survival DI won't let you live any of their other options anyway. So that's why I hold out there. Okay. The only advice I can kind of give is, like, if you can optimize your... Like, basically... If you can optimize your Nana killing and get really clean at it, using, like, it's pretty simple what you do. You just shine her off, and then she double jumps, and you short hop shine. That is the basis. Then anything else she does off of that, or, like, any other situation that comes up is a deviation off of, or a variation off of that. And so... Once you get super optimized at those situations, and basically, because, like, the idea is, like, basically if you aren't playing to these correct situations, then you can never build a structure. And it just ends up as kind of like a million chaotic situations, which if you don't understand the chaos, they will always win out of it pretty much. And so what you can do is you get the shine, short hop, shine down. Then when there's any situation where you get the free one, you do it. Then there's going to be situations where it looks like the free one, and you go for it, and Popo hits you. And then the next time you see that exact situation, you act like you're going to go for the short hop out shine, you hit Popo once, and then you like shine her again or something like that, you know?
Okay.
Like, there's actually a really good situation here. This isn't perfect, but this is kind of showing how I actually think this is like the perfect set for Ice Climbers versus Fox. This is like I did almost everything exactly perfect here. So, but except for this stock, but this is a great example of like if you don't have a perfect situation, you can kind of keep things going. So look, I get this, but he kind of gets this recovery. There's this, I try to shine Nana again, but there's this awkward spot where she lands on the platform. But look, I just reset it. You know the get up attack thing?
Yeah. Sometimes she rolls though.
So what it is so their level goes up 1 for every 20 damage that Popo has.
Yeah.
And each level that goes up, it starts out at 0. She has a 0% chance of rolling at level 0. So if Popo is at 0 to 20%, she always does a get up attack. And each level, aka every 20 damage, she goes up 10% of rolling.
Okay.
So if he's at 45 damage, she has a 20% of rolling and an 80% chance of get up attacking. As far as I know, like it's weird. There's so much data on Ice Climbers, and I know that this is true, but I might be off, and it might start at 10% or something like that. I don't know the exact percentages, but I just know the general.
That killing Nana like is easier if Popo's at low percent, I guess.
Exactly. So look, so I get this, and I get the shine. I'm actually gonna slow this down. I get the shine, but I'm struggling to actually kill her off of this. So and then he saves her again. This time it hits me. I do a regular get up, shine and separate them. I look at that. I tried to get this. So this was a situation, this is a little bit more nuanced, but I knew that this shine would already work because she had double jumped so early. So I do that, but he saves her with this crazy teleport. I cannot believe this worked for him. So he gets her for the teleport. Then I just go for the shine again, reset the get up attack, go here. And this time, instead of going for the ledge, I recognize that Popo was on his way. And so I go for the nair. You could go for a drill here if you wanted to, but I go for this nair to hit Popo off, and then I go for the shine to hit Popo, and a lot of times I'll actually get a gimp off of this. I get this all the time, but I slightly miss it, so he gets away. Then I get the shine back air. Now Popo's off stage. I think he's going for ledge. I go for this. I miss it. I get this back air. This is something that I corrected afterward, where I no longer go for the runoff shine here. I always, after this position, after the back air, I always full hop here. After this, from now on, I full hop here, so to cover this. But regardless, so I do it wrong. I still hit her here, and then I try to reset this situation again, and I don't get it, and he's here. And it's like, okay, back to neutral. But I had a bunch of like attempts here without things going wrong for me. And now it's back to the same situation. Say that again?
I definitely feel like I get reversaled sometimes, getting like too desperate to kill Nana. So that was just all like really efficient and like good awareness as well.
So it's like so once you get into these situations where you're really used to killing the basic spots, then when you get in these more nuanced spots of maybe you can get them, maybe you can't, it's a lot easier to like keep it going basically until you can get the kill. And so it's like, I don't know, because it's like I had practiced so many gimps up till this point, and it's like, even despite that, there were so many unfamiliar situations that occurred right here, like that save, and then this, and then I got this, and then Popo jumped out before I could get it. Then he side B's like super high, and it's like, it's okay to have that happen. And if you know the situations, basically the chaos didn't work out negatively for me because I knew the situations there.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just situational awareness of like the more you do correct situations on like the easy nanogimps, then the more you'll start to be able to categorize the more nuanced spots and like develop counterplay for like, oh, if I shine at this distance or when Popo's in this spot, then he can kind of get me here. So I need to adapt with like, like that one spot where I did like the full hop back air or whatever.
I feel like that's pretty good.
One of the worst things you can do is full hop like into center against them. You really don't want to do that. That Nana, like, they remember that they can't grab the ledge together. Mm-hmm. So when they're in this spot, most characters will just drop and grab ledge here. They can't do that. If he tries to jump and grab ledge, a lot of times what will happen is Nana will grab ledge, and then Popo will literally miss the ledge and die. Mm-hmm. So he has to do some recovery here, and if he up Bs here, he knows he's in an awful spot. So you have to be able to expect the side B here, and a lot of times what I will do in this spot is I will full hop aerial, like full hop back air or something like that.
Back air to stuff it.
Because this is going to happen like almost, like, okay, because like what are his, obviously, the difficulty is in knowing what situation is occurring. That is the difficulty. Because, yeah. But you have to be able to, when you get this shine, you're going to get this all the time because of that shine running double shine type stuff. This is going to happen all the time, and you have to be super aware of, like, you can't just preemptively throw this out because you don't know what they're going to be doing. But if you look at this from his perspective, this is a horrible spot. Like, he's basically loses his stock from this. Like, look, Popo literally can't grab ledge from here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so if I just full hop back air there.
So if you full hop back air here, what they'll do is you'll full hop back air, and then they will usually spam side B again. So you can actually do like full hop back air, then forward smash, full hop back air, short hop back air, full hop back air, then full hop to the platform, and then punish the side B on the stage. There's a lot of things you can do. Mm-hmm. But you have to be aware of the exact situation that you're in. Also, I need to see, what I always tell people is so back air and nair are both really good, but I always tell people this is up air and down air are the moves you want, and you have the down air part, but you haven't done a single up air. And it's like, if you can get behind him and up air, like the back of his shield or something, he's in like the worst spot ever. Like this. Like, imagine if this had been a falling up air instead, they would basically have lost their stock for that. Because you would have hit both of them into the air, and Popo's the only one who's actionable, and then you could literally do falling up air here, and then up air Popo again, then shark him on the top plat, Nana goes up the top plat, hit her a bunch of times, hit Popo, it's a real stock killer there. But if you're in this spot and you do this back air instead, yeah, it feels nice, because the idea is, oh, if they shield, I'll be farther away. But you're on the back of their shield anyway. So this is the up air spot. Mm. And look at that. He doesn't have anything else here. You have to expect the forward air. After this, you have to be down to see this coming.
Yeah, just stay still.
It's the only thing. Look, he has it again. It's the only option. So the most important thing on this stage, this is the one rule that will keep you safe, okay? Never, ever, 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 ever jump anywhere in this whole range. Never land anywhere here, ever. Don't land here. Don't do it. Just don't land anywhere here. Your spaces to land are here and here. If you're in the middle, just be running around. Never, literally do not. It's so tempting. It is so tempting to run right here. They wave dash in and you full hop. You will lose that every single time. It is awful. Okay, don't do it. You did the exact same thing. Yeah, look, you run in, they wave dash in, and you jump. Never, ever, ever. Everyone does this. Everyone. Don't ever do it. It's bad. And look, you're doing it again. You dash dance and you jump into center. Never, don't do it. But look, at that time, you stayed on the ground, and you're good.
Oh.
Like grounded, heavy shines, and you can jump all you want when you're really close to the corner. Oh, here's a spot. Look, so here's a spot. This is good up till now. So I like this. What you need to do here is shine Nana.
Yeah.
And try to get them as separated as possible. But so what I would have done here is I would have shined Nana and then immediately gone for Popo.
That makes sense. Wouldn't the shine send Nana forwards though?
Even if it does, that's fine.
Okay.
So, sometimes it'll send her back. If you hit it with it, it doesn't matter. You're still going to hit Popo out of the air here. Yep. So look, you jumped into the corner. This is totally fine because he's never going to wave dash back here to this spot and grab you. He can't do that. And if he read this and you landed here, now he's in this awful spot where you can dash back, dash in, shine, and then he's dead, you know? And yeah, so this is this thing. If you're going to up tilt, it has to hit Popo. It has to. Never up tilt Nana. Always up tilt Popo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. So look, you're in the corner.
Up there.
So first of all, yes, the up air. Second of all, you're landing in this range. This whole range is death. This is death. All this is death. Safe? Death. So look at when you full hop in this spot, there's nothing he can do here. He's so miserable here. This is awful for him, right? But if you did this same thing in center, this is the easiest kill for him he's ever gotten, you know? So this is my rule on FD. Between stocks, always go to the corner because that's the only spot you're allowed to jump. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you got caught. That's fine. And then yeah, the Popo thing is just, I hate this matchup. But your goal in this spot is always just to land an up throw. Like right there, there's no point in shining him. Always just up throw, get him in the air. If Popo is in the air on this stage, he's guaranteed dead. I actually think this is one of Fox's best stages against Popo for that reason. Which sounds really weird because of that, but like the other stages, the platforms just give him so much space to get down. Yeah, obviously you meant to back her there. Right here, okay, this is a spot.
Full hop shine.
No. Full hop up air Popo. So this is the thing. Don't tunnel vision on Nana. So the tunnel visioning on Nana is because you're not comfortable with the Nana gimps yet. Once you become extremely precise and comfortable with gimping Nana, when I gimp Nana, I'm actually looking here. So because then what you can do is, look, I'm doing this. I'm looking in this spot. You can actually, what you can do is you could dash dance, drill, shine Popo this way, then run back and shine Nana off.
Yeah.
And so you have to be aware of those spots. So then here, when you do this and you see this is a fade back up air or a fade back drill shine on Popo.
Okay.
And because then if you did that, she's gonna get up off ledge. She'll do regular get up or roll or whatever, and then you can just hit her off. So yeah, you do this. Yeah, this will kill you. I would not do this. After this shine, I do turn around to grab ledge here, because then what I can do is roll from ledge or get up attack will get away with this.
Yeah, I don't have my double jump, I think. So.
Yeah, no. So you lost your double jump, and you can literally die out of this if he doesn't mess up his edge guard. And so remember, in this spot when you do this, that this fair is literally the only option he has, the only thing he has. So you just have to watch out for it.
Okay.
And what I will literally do here for this fair almost always is I just dash dance and I grab and I up throw him again. And it's just like get looped on, and then I just take this. It's like basically Popo should basically almost always get 0 death here. The most important advice I can give you against Popo is just like pretend you're playing an even matchup.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like that'll help a lot. The worst thing you can do is be like, "Come on, man, it's Popo." Never do that. You will die.
I feel that. I've played Zane's.
Everyone has done that so many times. The worst thing you can do is underrate them. Okay, this is good. Grab ledge. Get up attack.
Okay.
Get up attack or roll. Because what I think is get up attack until they start punishing you for it here, and then roll.
Okay.
Yeah, Blizzard is incredibly, incredibly strong in this stage, and I actually think they win the matchup on this stage exclusively because of Blizzard.
Yeah.
And they can do jump Blizzard, grounded Blizzard, whatever. The key against Blizzard is just hang out over here. That's the key, just chill. And then eventually they have to kind of get closer to you, and eventually they'll get close enough that you can grab ledge dash off shine. That's actually the only solution I've found to Blizzard Wall. I can point you in the right direction of like get the super standard shines on Nana down. Mm-hmm. Then when the you can watch that compilation I did. Then when it's not like once you have those down, the more nuanced situations of what if he saves Nana? What if Popo is close enough to punish me? Then should I hit Popo and then get Nana? Those situations won't open up until you're consistent on the easy ones.
Right.
So you got to get those easy ones down and then just keep playing, and you just have to grind through. There's literally like hundreds of them. There's so many situations. It's ridiculous. But you'll start to be able to group them in ways that you can... I actually think once Fox has the advantage there, I do think that he wins. But it's like there's a bunch of layered counterplay that has to happen.
Right.
So, yeah, there's that. There's stay in the corner on FD a lot. Stay on the corner of the platform during invincibility. I think that'll help you a lot. Try not to drill their shield. Sometimes you will, and that's okay, because sometimes you'll be able to get the shine out, but a lot of times you won't. So you have to watch out for that. Landing on the back of their shield with a falling up air is extremely, extremely good, and up air in general is really good. Shining to split them when they wave dash or dash attack is really good. And remembering that if you up throw or get them in the air, then like if you had up smashed one of some of these forward airs or whatever, then they can't control Nana and you can just beat up Popo. Okay, yeah, when you're in these situations, so something that's probably the most difficult part of this matchup is knowing when to continue trying to gimp Nana and then when to go for Popo. So it's good that you're going for the Nana separation and gimp like right here. This is good. You shine Popo away and you try to get Nana to the other side of him, and you're doing this. But when Popo is doing these, like when he's like overcommitting to attacks that he doesn't really need to be, and it's just really easy for you to punish him. A lot of times you can do something simple like just grab and back throw him, or you can falling up air and then just go and gimp Nana.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So yeah, if you're ever trying to go for Nana and Popo just does like a really obvious whiff, it's usually best to switch to him. A lot of times even you can land like a falling up air here and do like falling up air, up air, up air, and then like Nana will try to chase kind of where he is in the air. So like you'll be up airing him and she'll kind of run to the edge of the stage, and then like while he has time coming down that he has to spend, you can just shine Gimper. This is something that everybody falls for. Like, you're never going to be able to, like, do this perfectly. But when Popo is in the air, he doesn't have good falling options. Mm-hmm. His only good falling options are down air and fair. And fair is really the only one you have to worry about from, like, this height, unless you're jumping into him. Like, a lot of times what'll happen is you try to jump up and up air him or back air him, and then he down airs suddenly, and you get kind of caught out of your jump. And then you're in a little bit of an awkward spot, but normally you can still get, like, the punish. But the fair is the only one that'll actually, like, turn things around for him. Like, out of the down air, the best he can basically get is, like, a, even situation, maybe, if you can call it that. So, when he's in the air, it's very easy to, like, hit this up air. And, like, it's easy to start treating Popo like Nana. Like, you hit Nana up here, and you're like, oh, now I'll hit Popo, Like, it's very easy, but, like, this fair is, like, their primary get-out-of-juggle tool. Like, it is, like, their critical option, basically. And it's reactable. So you just have to, if you're ever in this situation where you have a chance to shark Popo, watch very carefully to see if he forward airs, because if it's something you can easily react to. This is like super free dash dance up smash or whatever,
right?
So or like anytime or anything, anytime you're sharking and you are in front of Popo, just don't look at like the macro spacing as much, because like you'll win pretty much any macro spacing. Like just pay attention to, does he do this? And if he does this, just move around it and hit him. But like, I can't stress this enough. This will happen like at least once a stock, every stock for like the rest of your career against ice climbers. Like this exact situation where you have to react to their fair. So this is just like the main, like top 3 reaction points in the whole matchup, is to be ready for this fair. You have to watch out a lot coming off the side platform on top of them on this stage, because they're usually ready with their up smash or short hop aerials. Up smash hits on the platform on this stage, which is like the big deal here. So they're just a lot more ready to sort of attack onto the platform, and they're not really usually going to like turtle as much on the ground. Like if you sort of go up on the platform, a lot of times they'll play a lot more aggressive just because of the low platform height. So it's just something to watch out for. Yeah, this is sort of like a tunnel vision situation where like you have Nana separated and you're going for the kill, but you don't actually have like a winning situation here because Popo is so close to you. Like there were so many points here where you could have easily gotten wave dash jabbed, like wave dash jab grabbed or wave dash down smashed. And so it's good that you've split them up, but when you split them up and you're not in a directly winning neutral situation where like he has to really rush and overcommit to save Nana, and he's kind of in this spot where like you have Nana behind you and then Sopo's in front of you and you're not really close enough to the edge to like push her off immediately. Kind of think of it as like you're playing neutral still, but you have a hostage. So it's kind of like, if like, don't see this as like, I have them separated, I need to go for Nana right now. What you want to think of is like, okay, there's like some big tension here because Popo is like, they have to worry a lot about what I'm going to do to the Nana. So it's kind of like just having Fox versus Popo, except Popo can't play as passive as he wants to. Like when you have no Nana and it's just these two characters, Popo's like dash dance, wave dash, dance, wave dash, and he plays really, really passive and he wants to get you to whiff. But in this situation, he can't play passive. And so you want to sort of be more focused on Popo here than Nana. Because the idea is, so there's two main ways to get rid of Nana. And there's the ideal one, which is Popo stays at low percent, therefore Nana is less dangerous, and you just get an early, like 0%, you shine them, they separate, you run off, you shine Nana, right? That is ideal. Yeah. But the second most common situation for killing Nana is you up air them, then you get up air on Popo, and then he's way high up, and then you just casually gimp Nana while he's on his way down. A lot of times he'll be on his way down, Nana will like full hop or something, and then he'll do a fair, and then you just either back air him, up smash, up tilt him again, and you just sort of keep it going, and it's sort of like you have to, as you damage Popo more, you have to pay more attention to Nana being like scary. But the thing is that Nana will never move to try to find a position where she can hit you. All she does is try to get closer to Popo, and if you come within range of her attack, like she will only throw out an attack if you are in range to get hit by that attack. That's how Nana works. So, and she doesn't start doing aerials until Popo is over 60.
Okay, over 60.
So in general, sometimes she does weird stuff, but usually, you got to play the odds with this character. So usually Nana will not actually do an aerial until after 60, I believe. And so, and percents like this, if you don't see the obvious opportunity for the low percent gimp, but you do see a chance to juggle Popo, you should take the juggle Popo opportunity and then just be a little bit more aware of Nana. And then what he can do, like I said, he can basically, I want to get Nana now. I double up aired Popo, so I'm going to go for Nana. And then he's like, well, I'm going to fast fall forward air. And you go, okay, fine. So you hit Popo away, you up smash Popo away again. And you just sort of keep going for Nana, and you just have to watch out the fact that she's getting a little bit more dangerous. But as long as you're like aware of it, and don't, tunnel vision on the fact that you're juggling Popo, you should be in good shape. Full hop shine. Right. Because unless you are in a situation where this hits both of them and Nana goes left and Popo goes right, the full hop shine on top of them is not that good. If they did a double dash attack together and you see the opportunity for the possible split, but maybe you're just feeling weird about the drill for whatever reason, then the full hop shine is not bad to get the big split. But in this case, you know, it's not very good. And then you come in here, but he could have literally wave dash down smashed you, and you'd lose a stock, potentially.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, you're just tunnel visioning here super hard.
Yeah.
Definitely watch out for that. This is an interesting matchup. Most of the situations you're in are not actually... It's not as much about tricking your opponent as it is about realizing what situation is happening and reacting accordingly. And so, like, most matchups, the difficulty is just sort of baiting out their character and understanding that. But in this matchup, almost every situation will have a right answer. But actually coming up with that right answer quickly and knowing the situation is, like, the hard part.
Right. And then he did the wave dash.
Yeah,
back.
so the thing is I think you focus too hard here on the fact that she's blizzarding. But if you look at Popo, you can see him posturing for this ahead of time. Because he's doing walk forward, wave dash back. And so, like, it's definitely, like, you should know in this situation. Like, if you think about it from the Ice Climber's perspective, they're using Nana to prevent you from coming in. And this forces you to remain somewhere in this space near the edge of the stage. And they're doing the wave dash back, walk forward with Popo. So they're either threatening the mix-up of wave dash back full hop back air, wave dash back short hop back air, and wave dash back down smash.
Right.
And so... Usually, in these situations, I think the best thing is to sort of get as close to the blizzard as possible and then give up more space, because you know that, like, it's very clear they're going to kind of come in, and then when the blizzard ends, then this sort of posturing he's doing is not nearly as good. So you just have to be really aware of this. This was sort of... Okay, so you had opportunities to actually kill Nana, but then when this happened, like, the thing is it's very tempting... when you're here, to be looking right here. And like, okay, I'm going to get Nana. But she's not your threat. If Popo didn't exist, you could do this with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
This is the threat. So you have to, when this is happening, if there was an eye tracker that you had, I guarantee you your eyes would be right here.
Yeah, definitely.
And they should be here. Because if you were watching Popo here, like, the idea is, I would even say when you're practicing gimping Nana, try to just look at a different part of the stage. And just sort of do it out of the corner of your eye. Because if you were paying any attention to Popo here, this would have been a super bad option by him. Like, watch. Just watch here while we're doing this. You see him. Full hop, up air Popo. Or full hop drill. You could have full hop drill, shine, Nana grabs ledge. You don't actually know which options she'll do from here. You don't actually have a guarantee out of here. I would probably just up air, up tilt here.
Yeah.
But you just have up air, up tilt. You have all kinds of stuff. So it's like, this is sort of level, like, you're reaching like level 2 in the matchup. Or I don't know what level to call it. But basically, like, I went through this phase 2 where you get really good at the early Nana shine kills. And then you just ultra tunnel vision on her. So the next level is just being able to autopilot this while paying attention to Popo. So you hit the up air. But you have to be watching him. The thing is like, remember, Nana is dead. Like, she's like, she doesn't have any moves. Like, at this percentage, below 60, she will literally, like, she doesn't use aerials. Her entire, like, she is basically a volleyball. Like, from melee volleyball. Like, she will go up in the air, and she will come down. That is not what you should be focusing on when there is a character who is controlled by your opponent.
Right.
I think that sort of logically follows, but it's so easy because, like, she's just right there. You know, she's so vulnerable. And it's like, yeah, she's vulnerable, but you have to think about the threats to you. So if you were paying attention, like, once again, to Popo here after you hit this, which I think this is not a bad option to hit Nana here. So you hit Nana, and then he does, like, I would say that it's probably even better to literally just up air Nana here and then see what Popo does. Just be really aware. Like, if you up air Nana, think about it from the Ice Climber's perspective. So you're playing against a Fox, and you whiff a grab, and he up airs your Nana, and your Nana is right here. What you're thinking is, he is going to try to hit Nana again. How do I stop him?
Right.
And so by going for Nana immediately again, you're playing into what he wants. You should, but you have, it's one of those situations, again, kind of like when you have, it's like when you have a hostage, you know? Like, you have Nana here, you have negotiating potential of, like, listen, Popo, I can't approach you, and you can't approach me. And he's like, right. And you're like, but I've got your Nana. So if you don't come after me, she's just going to keep getting hit. Like, you can just stand here and she falls. You could up tilt her. Like, you have all kinds of things you could be doing to Nana right here. And so the pressure is on Popo to make something happen. And you can use that in neutral to get a win where you normally wouldn't have one.
Yeah.
So try to use Nana as more of like a bargaining chip in neutral rather than getting her separated and being like, gotta go for Nana, gotta kill her.
Right.
The kill on Nana is nice and you want it, but going for it too hard is greedy. And if they couldn't punish that, they would just be a bottom tier character. So I think the safest option is, if you're in this position, is to just grab ledge and then probably roll off, because they have a lot more lag than you. With his up B, they have so much lag. Like, there's no universe in which they can like get to ledge or anything from here. Like, Popo is going to the stars. Like, he's gonna be way up here. So you have a lot of options. Your main goal, pretty much your only goal in this situation, the only thing that can make this work out for them. Like, literally, if you're here and you just roll off ledge, like, they're in a horrible spot. Like, they have this super laggy recovery. They're both going to be vulnerable. The only thing that can go wrong here is for you to get hit by Nana. Otherwise, you win. Like, straight up, there's nothing they can do. You win the situation. So by going for the back air, you're sort of like, well, I want this situation here. Like, it's kind of just like a reflex that, like, a character is up being here, and you want to back air them.
Right.
Like, that's true against every character in the game, pretty much, except for them. And so it's just very tempting here. But remember, if Popo is up being from below the stage, you should just feel like, I literally have like an hour. Like, I have so much time to do something when Popo pops up. Like, I don't even have to show you in the game. It takes a long time. So your priority here is always safety from Nana, because she's invincible until she reaches the peak. And yeah, this is another one of their main buffs on this stage, is they have ice blocks off the platform. These are infuriating. There are a few options you can do against ice blocks. You can dash attack them. Like, there are ways to clink with them that aren't too bad for you. Obviously, like, when there's a bunch of them coming like this, it can just get really awkward. You can dash attack them and then just full hop afterward. I think, honestly, though, I would be pretty comfortable here just jumping up to the platform. I don't really, I don't really see a problem with it. Okay, you got that. See, notice that, so what happens here is you get Popo, you hit him, but now Nana's at level 3. She's at kind of an irritating percent. So what happens is you're watching, you try to go into probably Shiner here, but she jabs you. The best option in these spots is, so, okay. So a lot of times I think the best option when she's like this is probably Driller. And the reason's just that it gets you the shine without you having to go into her jab range, because she doesn't react like a person. If you run at Popo and shine him, he can't like react in time to get you. But if you the frame you enter Nana's jab range, she can potentially jab you. And so she doesn't have any options that really beat short hop drill, like instant short hop drill. So I think that a lot of times is better to go for here than the trying to run and shine when you're doing the higher percent kill. This was a good up smash to get him out of the way. So then right here you get jabbed. I would probably just short hop drill Nana and then take her off stage. But you get this. This is also like acceptable, maybe not optimal, but it's fine, because you're once again saying, look, Nana's in the air, she has a potential to die, and now I'm just going to juggle Popo. And yeah, this is good. Yeah. You should, every time you double jump here, slap yourself in the face. This will lose you important matches. Like, the thing is, you'll get away with this so many times until you don't when you flew across the country. So don't go for these.
I'm just like limiting my options.
Yeah, it's purely just like, man, I really want to fight Popo. I don't, like, because you full hop. What happens is you full hop here, and then you're like, well, man, I full hopped and he wave dashed out of the way. That's, if I land, he can down smash me. Nope, just go back. Like, it feels bad, but just do it. Like, The thing is like, yes, you have to play passive, but he has to play passive with a worse character. And, yeah, on this stage, I actually think that this is mostly acceptable. The problem... So there's trade-offs to both of these positions, here and here. I would say you probably want to be more here, so you can easily wave dash to the edge. Because this puts you in a situation where you can't really wave dash to the edge easily. So I would say roll to the edge and walk forward a few steps until you're, like, here. Just makes your life a little bit easier. So the downside on this stage of this. So the thing is if you go up here, obviously, if you go up here, it's tricky because he has wave dash, full hop, back air stuff here. Like, just the way the platforms are set up, it's not like a big overcommitment for him to do this because you can't get like a free Nana kill if he misses. Like on Yoshi's, if you're up there and he full hop back airs and you drop below the platform, he's just gonna die because you're gonna shine him and you'll get a gimp out of it. But on this stage, you're not really gonna get it. So yeah, like this position isn't quite as strong. But the problem with going to the edge here is he gets his ice block things. And I'm actually really happy with him. Most ice climbers are not smart enough to know that they should ice block here. But this is by far their best option. There are multiple ways to start off the match. And I think that both dropping as an opener and staying on the platform both have merits. The one thing you don't want to do is immediately go for center, which is good that you see that. But the thing is if you pick platform here, so the thing is they have a lot of opening mix-ups. So they actually start out desynced. Mm-hmm. And so they have potential like buffered openings. And so staying on the platform is basically saying I might take center, and then you're looking for, because they have basically cheese in center, where if you start the match by running down here to center, which is the most like obvious logical option, mm-hmm. then they have these like, oh, Nana ice blocks, Popo wave dash off, forward airs. Like they have all these, they have Nana sort of blizzard. They have all these kind of weird options in the center. They have a lot of them. And so it's best to sort of like avoid this position. But when they do actually take center with some kind of cheese here, you need to be ready to punish this. This is like maybe like a slightly less frantic hostage situation where like he's a little bit pressured because if she does a regular get up from ledge and you shield drop shine, there's going to be some big trouble. So he doesn't really like, there's it like, let's say you dash to this edge of the platform and then he reacts by wave dashing back. He's going to probably lose Nana because you'll just do this like doop, doop. And so he has to play pretty aggressively. He doesn't really have to super commit here, but he also isn't in a position where like he can like play nice and passive. So it's kind of that same hostage situation again. So if you feel, so this is kind of like a key that a lot of people miss in this matchup is that like let's say you're on a side plat. What people think is my options off of side plat are come down, jump to center, or jump to top plat. But they forget that staying on side plat is actually stronger than all three of those. So like it's okay to play neutral on side plat and just kind of hang out there. They don't have any threats on you, and you can just sort of look for some good openings there. And the thing is these options where you come in like this or go to the top, these are all good. But the thing is that don't feel pressured to choose one. Because if you feel pressured to choose one in every situation, then they get to just also choose one and have a 1/3 chance of murdering you.
Right.
But if you're like just dash dancing or you're just kind of chilling on the platform, they don't have any way to contest the platform, and if they also can't read you going to these because you're not doing anything. So like let's say you're just dash dancing here, they also have to sort of play very passive and neutral. They can't commit to these because there's no chance. And then when you actually do choose after dash dancing for a 1.5 seconds on the top plat, or side plat, once you eventually do drop or run off or jump to the top plat or whatever, they have to play it pure reactive. Whereas, like, if they have to react to your movement and then do an action, whereas, like, let's say you jump here, and then, like what's happening here is, like, you're here, you're jumping, there's, like, no chance here of you just, like, playing passive. Like, he knows, like, look at him just throwing out moves because he knows that you feel pressured to play moves. Like, look at whenever you see the Ice Climber player and they're just doing this stuff, it actually really annoys me. Whenever they're just doing like this or whatever, like, and they're just kind of throwing out moves, that's when they can feel the pressure. They can feel that you feel pressure to fight them. And like you're both kind of throwing out moves and like just a lot of combat is happening really fast. That actually favors them. And even now, like remember that first game when you had Popo and you were just sort of passively dash dancing and you were kind of like, come on, you know, like, let's go. But now you're like kind of like looking to make things happen. As soon as you start spot dodging against Popo, I would actually say this, as soon as you ever spot dodge against Popo, go to a platform for like 5 seconds and just be like, come on, come on, come on. Like, don't play like this, you know?
Right.
Because like you can play passive against Popo. He cannot do anything to you directly. But if you start feeling like you have, there you go. You went back to passive a little bit. Which is good. And it's like, okay, so like look at this position where you're on the side plat. Watch Popo. Like, what does he have here? What does he actually have to even hit you? He literally doesn't even have a single move here that can possibly hit you. And so he's just chucking stuff out. And if you were playing passive and you were waiting, these are free punishes. These are all like punishable actions. But because you're also going for stuff, it's kind of like you make a choice, Popo makes a choice at the same time, and then neither of you can punish the other. And it's kind of like Popo has more committal options than you do. You will win the slow game. And you just have to have faith in that. Okay. So remember, they start desynced. So to sync, they have to land on the platform first. And when they do that, and you're already on side platform, that is your cue to drop. Because then they can't get to the ground fast enough before their invincibility runs out.
Okay.